Hello, in this video we are going to discuss the basics of SOLIDWORKS and get to know its environment. In the next videos we will delve into the tools and explore how to use them. We will also have some exercises. Through these exercises we will enhance our proficiency with SOLIDWORKS. Now let's start. When we open the software, first window we see gonna be like this, and if you don't see it, the first step is to open a new file, and here on top left, this arrow new, if you click on it, you're gonna have this window. This section addresses the three types of SOLIDWORKS files: parts, assemblies, and drawings. What are parts, assemblies, and drawings? SOLIDWORKS files fall into three distinctive categories. Parts are the smallest elements that make up an artifact. They are the first step in building any product in SOLIDWORKS. Since SOLIDWORKS is used to create 3D software, all parts we make are 3D and each part can be assigned to one type of material and color. After creating the two parts separately into different part files, they can be put together into an assembly file. So, assemblies are where you will be able to mix more than one part together to make an assembly. Most of the artifacts we use in our everyday life, like our phone, water bottles, tables, contain more than one part linked together. For example, a simple desk has different parts. One part is the surface of the table, another one is the legs of the table, and it can have other parts depends on the design table. To construct this table, it is essential for the different parts to be assembled in the assembly environment. So assembly is where we put all the parts we have made together. One benefit of assembly is that we can see the interactions between parts and evaluate if the parts fit together correctly. We can also simulate the movements of mechanical products. Now we go to the drawings. SolidWorks drawings allow you to create 2D engineering drawings out of your parts or assemblies. They often show dimensions, tolerance, materials, costs, parts IDs, and so on. When designs need to be reviewed by certain parties, or if you wish to talk about your designs with clients, the drawings are required. All the three types of files are essential to SolidWorks users and they're all necessary for the creation of products. Now that we understand what parts, assemblies, and drawings are, let's look at how we can open them in SolidWorks. As you see, we have shortcuts of these part, assembly, and drawings. Once you click on any of these shortcuts, they will be opened. You click on OK. When you open a part in SolidWorks, whether it's new or existing, by existing I mean you want to refer to a part or a model that you have already designed, and now you want to continue working on it. You will face this view. Now let's talk about the main components. As you see, the command bar is located at the top of the screen. It contains all commands that are used for building models. It contains different categories of commands, and each category contains a set of different commands. When you're working on a part document, you have one set of tabs. When you switch to an assembly document, you see a different set of tabs. The same goes for drawings. Each type file that we talked about has their own command bar. Different categories correspond to different functions. For example, the sketch category, you will find all commands that we will need in the sketching phase. For example, lines, circles, rectangles, and like this. In the features category, you will find all the commands that we will need in order to creating a 3D model like extrude, this one. By this, you can add depth to your sketch. But these are not all categories. These are the most common. To show the hidden commands categories, we can right-click on any of these categories, or you can click on this blank area you will see this menu tabs. This menu contains other command categories you can select and add them. For example, I want to add surfaces categories. I select it and it's added over here. And I want to remove it again. I deselect and it's removed. And even in here, toolbars, you can select any of these commands you want to add them. Another way is that we go to the tools over here, this arrow, tools, down here, customize. Here is commands, categories, and the others. If you want to add or remove, you can click on any of these and click OK, and they're gonna be added, or you can deselect them so they're gonna be removed. This middle part is called canvas. On the top, we have additional viewing commands. These contain alternative views of the model. Let me open a 3D file to show you better. First one is zoom to fit. If I zoom in or zoom out, by selecting this option, it shows me the original size as it fits to the scene. The next one is zoom to area. It zooms to the area that you select by dragging. For example, I drag over here and it zooms to this circle. The next one is previous view. It shows us our previous view. Section view, it cuts by imaginary cutting plane. This is the imaginary cutting plane to understand internal details. If I click on this stick over here, our model gonna be cut, but it's temporary, and if I deselect this section view, all our model gonna be back. Next one is dynamic annotation. You see only the annotation views that are relevant to the current model orientation. Later on other videos, we're going to talk about this option when we're doing exercises. The other one is view orientation. It's a cube. Each face displays our model in different view. We can choose which side we want to see. For example, I choose this one, or I want to have this view. You can select any part you want. The other one is display style. You can choose different model styles. Shade with edges, shaded, hidden lines visible, and pages. The other one is hide all types. Hide all annotations, references, geometry, lines, etc. from the model or drawing. And if I go to this sketch, and here, if I select dimension, viewing dimension, if I deselect it, as you see, all dimensions are hidden. And if I select it again, my dimensions are back again. You can select anything you want to be hidden, and you can deselect anything you want to be hidden, or select anything you want to be shown. This option, edit appearance and apply scene. By using these options and selecting these options, you can set color for your model or set background for it. And the other one is view setting. As you see, it has different options to view model with shadows, without shadows, ambient occlusion, perspective, and cartoon. Select cartoon and it's like this, but I choose this one. Here at the bottom is coordinate system. This shows the orientation of the model in relation to the default coordinate system. in terms of X, Y, and Z axis. By selecting on the various axes, you can arrive at that viewing orientation. This. If you have mouse, you can use it to control your model by the scroll wheel. I recommend you to use mouse while working with Solid. It's really useful. Rolling the scroll wheel will allow you to zoom in and zoom out. Also, pressing the scroll wheel and moving the mouse will rotate the model in a certain direction. For example, if I move the mouse to the right, the model will pivot to the right. Now the task pane, it's sized to the right of the SolidWorks screen, although you can unlock it entirely. You can turn it on or off using here View, User Interface. If I select this task pane over here, it's going to be removed. And if you want to add it again, by View, User Interface, selecting this task pane, can add it again. It's not just for the task pane. For toolbars and other things, you can use this. Here, this home icon is SolidWorks resources. The next one is design library. This includes locally stored libraries, toolbox, and 3D content central. This tab also contains SolidWorks content, which consists of additional library resources that can be downloaded directly from the taskbar. Next one is File Explorer. You can use this Windows Explorer interface to browse for file. Next one is View Palette. This palette enables you to visually select views and drag them onto a drawing sheet. We won't be using linked resources while making parts or assemblies. We will use the View palette when we address 2D engineering drawing. Next one is Appearance, Scene, and Decals. This panel enables you to select appearance and scenes for your SolidWorks documents. You can set colors and backgrounds for your model to exactly like these two options over here. Next one is custom properties. The custom property tab is to view and enter custom and configuration specific properties in SolidWorks files. Here on the top is a SolidWorks search. You can use SolidWorks search to find information in documentation. You can also find files and models, and by commands you can find and run a SolidWorks command with just a few keystrokes. You can search for information in SolidWorks help or on the My SolidWorks website, which includes access to the SolidWorks knowledge base. The Feature Manager window is the panel to the left of the screen. The design tree details everything that goes into creating your parts. We use design tree to edit or inspect models. We can simplify the design tree by splitting it into 4 parts. Others, materials, default reference geometries, commands. Commands are the commands that are used to build the model. This includes sketches, features, and any other supporting commands that were added during the modeling phase. Here I used revolved, cut extrude, circle pattern, and I had some sketches. These are the commands that I used to build this model button here. Next one is default reference geometries. The SolidWorks canvas can be understood as endless space. These default reference geometries are what can fix our model to a specific point or plane. Without these, our model will be floating in an endless space without any fixture. There are 3 planes: front plane, top plane, right plane, and origin. It's here. Materials. All of the artifacts we have around us are made of a certain material, like plastic, iron, steel, rubber, and so on. SolidWorks allows us to assign what structural material the part will be made of. Here, material is classed as not specified. We can add material to our model by selecting these materials here, brass, ABS-PC, or by here edit material. There is a lot more materials that we can choose, different kinds of steels, irons. We can choose any of these we want. And if the material we want to add to our model is not here, we can create a material. For example, if you right click over here, if you select a new category, you can add a new category over here. I have added plastic and test. You can set a name for it, for example, material. And you can add material. You right click on it, new material, here. In this chart, you should enter the properties of the material you want to add, like mass density or thermal expansion coefficient. And when you enter all the properties, you select save, and your material is saved over here, and you can choose this material by clicking on apply. If I click on apply, as you see here, my material is default to. Let's choose another material, for example, here in woods, oak. I choose oak, and there my material here is oak, and you just close it, and now I have a wooden button here, as you see. We set a material for it. Others. This section includes other aspects of our models creation, such as history, sensors, annotations, and solid bodies. We will explore them later. This bar over here, this bar, over this bar is called the freeze bar. This freeze bar controls the point at which a part's feature manager design tree rebuilds. Features above the freeze bar are frozen. You cannot edit them, and they are excluded from rebuilds of the model. Freezing a portion of a model can be useful if you work with complex models with many features. Here, if I right-click on a cut extrude, I can edit this feature, as you see, edit feature. But this one, which is above my frozen freeze bar, as you see, this revolve is locked. I cannot edit it. There is no option to edit this revolve because it's above the frozen bar, freeze bar. Sorry, I put it in its right place, and everything is okay. The feature manager allows for a couple of different types of folders. One type enables you to group features together, which is especially useful when you have a long design trees and you want to put all the fillets together into one folder, or in assemblies when you want to group certain types of parts together. For creating folders, you just need to hold the Control key and select parts, assemblies, or anything you want to add to your folder, and right click on it, and here add to new folder. You can set a name for it. For example, I want test here. And if you want to add anything else to your folder, you just need to drag it and move to test. You see, move to test and release it. It's going to be added into your folder or commands here. And if you want to remove anything from this folder, you just need to drag and put it here. Another type of folder is a special use folders at the top of the feature manager for things such as solid bodies, sensors, and history or favorites. The folder favorite is not here, but if you add anything to the folder, here, if you right click on this and add to favorites, here, favorite folder is added over here, and revolve is into this folder. Okay, the properties manager here is a means to specify properties and other options for many SolidWorks commands. It opens when you select entities or commands defined in the property manager. Next one is configuration. It allows you to design multiple variations of your model um, in a single file. This means you can have different sizes and shapes of your model, perhaps with different options and even different materials, all stored as a single item. Next one is Theme Expert Manager. A tool lets us quickly and easily dimension models in 3D. Next one is Appearance. You can set color for your model or set background for it. Here, if you right click on it, edit appearance, you can choose how you want to see your model. For example, I choose this one or this one. You can set color, red or black, whatever you want, and then click on this green tick over here. Okay. The last three options uh, are features for CAM. CAM in SolidWorks lets us quickly program individual Miller parts and configuration without leaving the SolidWorks 3D CAD environment. If I get the opportunity and make videos about CAM in SolidWorks, I will also cover these three features here. When you open your file, in the bottom right here, you will find the current default measurements. You can choose any of these unit system you want to use, or you can even create your own measurement system by selecting Edit Document Unit. This will open this window and you can customize and implement your own custom units. You can also change the set units at any time during the modeling process. This will convert all the units that were already set in the file. For example, if I choose this sketch, if I change the measurement system to imperial unit system, the dimensions are automatically converted. Knowing how to deal with measurement system is essential as our design aim will be to produce a tangible object for production or prototyping. If we don't follow the required setting from the start, our final 3D model may not have a tangible value. In this video, we learned how to sort the different types of SolidWorks files, that is parts, assemblies, and drawings. We also learned about the main components of the SolidWorks interface, as well as the different measurement systems that are available and how to adjust them. These are the first steps we need to follow when we plan to use the software to make a project and its foundation. The next video we will start working with SolidWorks sketching. The sketching is the first step we need to take if we wish to build a 3D model. If you like this video, please like, comment, and if there is any question, please comment. I'll be happy to answer all your questions, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching.